everyone, welcome to this midday market mood check on Money Control. I'm Nandita Khemka and I'm joined by my colleague Yatin Mota. Now Yatin, it started off as a muted Monday for the markets, but right now as we speak, the Nifty has managed to stage quite a smart recovery from day's low. In fact, it's now hovering around that 18,700 mark as we speak. Now when you talk about cues from the global markets, we saw the US add jobs to the tune of 2,63,000 or thereabouts, and which is higher than expected. So this investors are cautious that this may complicate the Fed's future policy path. But given the fact that China is inching towards reopen, we've seen Morgan Stanley come out and upgrade Chinese stocks, and that is playing out very well for the metals pack. So given the fact that the RBI is also going to announce its policy rate decision later this week, what are you picking up from traders? Are they expecting somewhere around a 35 basis point rate hike this time around?
So it can be 35 basis points, it can be half a basis points, really doesn't matter now, because probably inflation is peaking, and that is the core message the market is getting. Obviously, if you talk about today's intraday setup, we have staged a smart recovery. In fact, we were 50-60 points down the Nifty, and now we are almost flat to green. So clearly there is momentum in the markets, especially in the mid cap end of the market. And despite 30-40 points down in early trade on the Nifty, we have the advanced decline ratio, which is almost 2:1 on NSE. So clearly shows that how really mid caps and stock specific action is happening in the markets. If you look at today's sectors which are moving, Nifty metal, PSU banks, real estate, all of them are up anywhere between 0.5% to 1.5%. However, there is some early profit taking in oil and gas stocks as well as pharma stocks. But again, as far as IT stocks are concerned, today the Chinese tech stocks and Hang Seng tech stocks are up. In fact, the Hang Seng tech index is up 8.5% last time I checked. Though really it's the opening up trade, especially China is moving forward quite fast as far as their COVID policies are concerned. They're changing it, and obviously Europe is also recovering from that particular winter shock or the gas shock which they had during the Russia-Ukraine war at the peak. So clearly, as far as global markets are concerned, things are moving well, and probably Indian markets are outperforming on all fronts.
Like as you mentioned, the mid and small cap end of the market is outperforming once again. We've seen some specific movers like Persistent. It's down somewhere around 2 to 3% on the back of that JP Morgan downgrade. Iron Exchange is one counter that's gaining in today's session, and that's after it has bagged a significant order from IOC. But aside of that, we've seen a lot of these NBFCs performing well in today's session. So what are the other movers and shakers when it comes to the mid cap end of the market?
So a lot of stocks, and if you look at Nifty 500, Suzlon is one stock which has moved to double digit after the rights issue. It's trading above the 10 rupee mark, 9% up today. Obviously, deleveraging is something as a theme with the market is playing with this stock. Finolex Pipes, that stock is up 7%. Mahindra & Mahindra Finance, that very strong disbursement data for the month of November, almost 75% growth there. So that stock is moving. Obviously, on the flip side, we have Fluorochem, that stock is down 4.5%. Because there was a very large deal, 30-35 lakh shares block trade. Post that, the stock is witnessing some pressure. Zomato, BHEL also witnessing some bit of pressure, but clearly, as I mentioned, a lot of momentum stocks, and if you look at the 52-week high list today, it's very, very big. Kalyan Jewellers 4.5% up, new 52-week high. NBFC stocks like AB Capital, IIFL, JM Finance, all of these NBFC stroke brokerage stocks, they are up anywhere between 4.5% to 6%. We also have Tube Investments of India, IDFC, UBL, Exide, PFC, all of these stocks are hitting fresh 52-week highs. So really the market is very stock specific, and a large number of stocks today, as you can see in the Nifty 500 list, are hitting fresh 52-week highs.
Now, Yatin, I want to ask you another question. We know that the bulls took a break on Friday, but they're now again attempting to make a comeback, right? Do you think the Nifty will hit that magical 19,000 mark this week itself?
So last week we spoke about that, Nandita. 19,000, maybe 20,000 as well. You never know, but in the next 1 or 2 weeks.
20,000 is off the table. But 19 is still maybe,
So I think 19,000, probably we have the Gujarat election outcome results on Thursday.
Right.
So probably Thursday or maybe Friday. We can have that 19,000 mark. It really depends on the market.
If the RBI is more tilted towards growth as it's expected to be, that's one reason that could, that could be one cue that could move the markets higher from here, right?
Yeah. So, two triggers this week. One is the Gujarat state elections. Obviously, almost give or take that BJP would have a majority of the seats. It's to be seen yet. The exit polls will come, and the final result will come. And also, as you're mentioning, that the RBI policy action is something that we'll be watching out for. But as of now, it seems that market is very much satisfied that inflation is peaking, and probably if RBI reiterates that view, markets will take it positively.
Well, everything looks positive for now. So with that, it's a wrap on this mood check on the markets. We'll be back with more market action later. Stay tuned.